Okay, so I am going to start while the rest will start coming in shortly. Okay, now just to remind you again, you can go to learn and attempt lesson 33. Okay, so you can go to learn and attempt lesson 33. From this question, you can actually listen to the video as well as attempt the questions. Then perhaps that would make it easier for you to attempt the tutorial questions. Okay. All right. So we have 2 Kahoots today, but I'm not sure whether I'll be able to do both, but I'll try to do at least one of them. Okay. Because speed is kind of like heavy topic. Okay, all right. So today we're gonna learn speed problems involving 2 parties at different starting point and in 2 opposite or in opposite directions. Now, the rest of you, if you can turn on your cameras, please turn on your cameras. Otherwise, we're gonna have to see what is this. Turn your cameras and mute your microphone. Okay, so if you want to ask me questions, you can ask me at the chat. So for those of you, yeah, it's now because we want to see whether you're actually doing the work. Okay, all right. So Cassidy is here. Can I open watch here? Yes. I can. Oh, okay. Then very good. Well done, Wuni. Very good. Okay. So I'm going to look at the first question. Now, a lot of you actually didn't attempt the worksheet. A lot of you actually didn't attempt the worksheet. So I really hope you can try your very best to complete the worksheets, okay? All right. Ruwan, that's your actual name or your parents' name? Yours.
No, that's not my name.
You able to change your name?
Yeah.
Okay, you can do that, please. Because otherwise I'll be calling you Ruwan. And I'm sure you wouldn't want me to do that. Okay. As long as I'm here. Yes, Kian. As long as you are here, Kian. Okay. All right. Let's get on with the program. So let's look at question number 1. Now, for question number 1, we have 2 towns which are 624 kilometers apart. Okay. So these 2 towns are 624 kilometers apart. Now, at 9:15, Jaslyn, traveling at a constant speed, left town V for W. So at 9:15, Jaslyn left town V for town W. Now, and at the same time, Ken set off from W. So Ken is traveling from the opposite side. From W for V at a constant speed, which is faster than Jaslyn. So this is at the same time, right? That means at the same time at 9:15. Okay, at the same time. Now, what happened is that they're traveling at constant speed while Jaslyn was 10 kilometers faster. Ken was 10 kilometers per hour faster than Jaslyn. Now, when we say 10 kilometers per hour, what does that mean? Anyone? When we say 10 kilometers per hour, what does that mean? Anyone? You can leave your answers in the chat if you are too shy. Jeremy? 10 kilometers per hour, what does it mean? It means, yes, thank you, Jeremy. Okay, so it means you're traveling in 1 hour. Okay, so that means in 1 hour, Ken was faster than Jaslyn by 10 kilometers. Okay, so Ken was faster than Jaslyn by 10 kilometers for every hour. So if I were to represent this in terms of units, so in every hour, Ken covers 1 unit plus 10, whereas Jaslyn covers 1 unit. Now, by the time they met at 1:15, okay, by the time they met at 1:15, how far have they covered? How far have they covered? Yes, everyone was 10 kilometers. Yes, Perez. So how far have they, what is the total time taken when they meet at 1:15? How much time is that? From 9:15 to 1:15. How long is it? Anyone? Cassidy? From 9:15 to 1:15, how long is that? What's the distance? Thank you, Jeremy. Okay, so that's 4 hours. So that means this is also 4 hours. Okay, so in 4 hours, so if in 1 hour, Ken covered 1 unit plus 10, and Jaslyn covered 1 unit, that means in 4 hours, I just need to times 4 to each of them, right? That means Jaslyn would have covered 1 unit, whereas Ken would have covered 4 unit plus 40. Sorry, this is 4 unit of distance. Yeah, 4 unit of distance. Okay, now, what's the most important information can we now use to find the value of 1 unit? Anyone? Can you see that this distance, which is 624 kilometers, is the same as the total distance between Jaslyn and Ken? So from here, we know that in 4 hours, they cover 4 unit and 4 unit plus 40. They cover a total of 624 kilometers. Okay, so you have 8 unit is equals to 624 minus 40, 584. So 1 unit will be, yes, Jeremy, divide by 8 to give me 80, to give me 73. So what does this 73 means? If they say that 1 unit is 73, it means the distance traveled by Jaslyn in 1 hour is 73, but the distance covered by Ken in 1 hour is 73 plus 10 to give me 83, which is also the same as the speed of Ken, which is 83 kilometers per hour. Okay? All right. Question anyone? No? Okay, let's look at question number 2. Now, in question number 2, this is an interesting part. When you have a midpoint, the distance before and after the midpoint must be the same. Now, what do I mean by this? So a blue van left town X for town Y. Blue van left town X for town Y at the same time with a gold van left Y to X. Okay, so you have a blue van moving from X to Y and a gold van moving from Y to X. Okay, so the average speed of the blue van and the gold van were 65 kilometers per hour and 82 kilometers per hour respectively. The two vans passed each other at a point 34 kilometers from the midway. Okay, so if this is the midway, so they pass each other at a point 34 from the midway of the two towns. Now, because they have to pass each other, right? That means the person, the gold van that has a bigger speed would have covered 34 kilometers more. Whereas the person, the van, which is of a smaller speed, would be traveling at a shorter time. Okay, now what do I mean by the midway has a mirror image? So if that's a midway, 34 kilometers from the midway, that is 34 kilometers before and after. So I'm just going to mark it up to help me determine how to solve this question, okay? Now, how far apart are these two towns? Okay, now, first, do you recall last week we did common distance and common time? So in this case, when they pass each other, okay, when they pass each other, what is this? Common distance or common time? Anyone? What is common? Is it common distance or common time? Now, Kian, Perez, Cassidy, your turn on your cameras, but I cannot see your faces. Can you move the, yeah, okay. So I can't see your faces, so I cannot. Thank you, okay. All right, so from here, when they pass each other, it is common time. The time taken is the same. So with the same common time, I can find the speed and distance ratio between the blue van and the gold van. Okay, so this is the gold van. So the speed ratio is 65:82. Now, because I cannot simplify any further, so the distance ratio will also be 65:82. So which means that at a common time, the distance covered by B is 65 unit. The distance covered by the gold van is 82 unit. Now, this part here must be the same, right? They must be the same. So if this is 65 unit, this must also be 65 unit. That leaves this distance to be how much? 82 minus 65 to give me 17 unit. And the 17 unit is 34 plus 34, which is equals to 68. So 1 unit will be divided by 17 to give me 4. Okay. So the question says, how far apart are these two towns? So you want to find the total distance, which is made up of 65 units, 17 unit, and another 65 unit to give me a total of 147 unit. So with this, to find the total distance is the same as taking 147 unit times 4 to give me 588 kilometers. Okay? Are you all okay? You all are very quiet. You're not answering the questions either. Okay? You just need to be familiar with the questions with lots of practice and making use of the videos as well as the questions available. You'll be able to improve on your speed. Questions, okay? Don't worry about it. Okay, so question 2 and question 3, they are almost similar. Okay, so they're almost similar because you also have the midpoint. Okay, so a church and a flower shop 500 meters apart are situated between Nicole's house and Jocelyn's house. The flower shop is halfway between the two houses. So that's the purpose of putting this half a distance to say that this is the midpoint between Nicole's house and Jocelyn's house. Jocelyn.